Good morning.
I'm a little awake.
The other camera is still connecting to audio, so. Ah, there's a
Morning.
good morning. All right. So I'm going to interrupt our regularly scheduled plan. And we're going to work some on bow things, double stops, triple stops, and quad stops if I make it there. So we're going to start with a pretty easy exercise. This is going to be, we're going to do whole notes. You're going to play one string, and then you're going to play two strings. And then you're going to play one string, and then you're going to play two strings. So you're really thinking about where is the level in order to do that. I'm choosing to play on the 5-string today, which means if you play the violin, you can start along with us and just play a little bit of extra on the G string side until we get to the G string. And then cellos, you can just keep playing on the A string until the violins finish their A string and E string things and then go back. Or if that drives you crazy and you don't want to create any harmony, you can jump in and play where the strings match. Either way will be fine. And I take it pretty slowly.
What's the extra string on the 5-string? Which side is it on?
Starts on C on the low side, ends on E on the high side.
Get an E out of it. That's nice.
Well, I could choose, but I chose an E because that was more useful to me.
Yeah. Just curious.
Yeah. The other option was to choose low F. But for me, an E made more sense. All right, and I figure I'll do a lot of headless cello playing point of contact kind of deal. So, hey, aren't we looking forward to this? There, the little puppet had something to say. Smiles and everything. Looks like I won't hit the desk. All right, so in whole notes, one string, two strings. Ready, play. Good deal. So we're going to do the same thing, only this time I'd like everybody to start up bow. So you hit your one strings and two strings in the opposite direction that you did the first time. So assembly required. 2, 3, 4. think quick key of D thoughts. You're on the A string and you're going to do key of D. Which way does it be while I'm talking? So we're going to do D going down. Only I'd like to do it at the same time that you're doing A string and D string together. So the first half of it, you'll have open D, and then the second half of it, you'll have open A. So you'll really have to curve your fingers to make sure you're not bumping the left string underneath to create lovely harmonic-y things. We'll still do whole notes. So it's always going to be double stops. We're doing D major scale going down, so we're thinking D scale, everything's in whole notes, and you're always playing two strings. Hopefully that was clear. We'll do it more than once in case it wasn't. So your bow's on the D and A string, and you're starting with D on the A string and open D together. 3, 4. So your bow is always on the same two strings. Let's try it again. 3, 4. So using the exact same notes, we're going to play the opening to Joy to the World. The first note is a half note. So still on two strings. Ready, and. Thought adding some rhythm would make it so much more clever. We'll try it again. 3, 4. Alright, so we're going to still do exactly what we were doing, but at the end of that double stop open D and A, we're going to add a double stop D with A on the G string. We'll just put a fancy little end on it. So you have one more pair of strings to change to. Fancy end, beginning of Joy to the World. Ready, end. Everybody made it. We'll try it one more time. Breathe, roll your shoulders, and. Hopefully that felt pretty successful. So we're going to do a little bit of more back and forth kinds of things. Only now we're going to envision that we're in G minor. So what I'd like is, on the A string, we're going to use the notes A, B flat, C, and D. Between each of those notes, we're going to do a double stop of open D and G. And so this first time we'll do whole notes. So you'll have a single note on the A string and then a double stop on D and G. Ready, and A, D and G. B flat, D and G. C, D again. Down for a second, roll your shoulders, think about what happened, give your brain a moment. All right, so same pattern, only this time I would like 3 clicks per note. So 3 of one, 3 of the other instead of whole notes. Starting on A, and go. A, 2, 3. So we're going to do it a couple more times. This next time there'll be half notes. The time after there'll be quarter notes. The time after there'll be eighth notes. So open string A, double stop, bottom 2 strings for violins anyhow. This time it's half notes and A. Stop and breathe. Give everybody a complete moment. So we also want to be able to do kind of the reverse. We're doing 2 strings on top and 1 on the bottom. So I'm going to give that a couple minutes and then we'll talk about triple stops. I may not make it all the way to 4. We'll see. All right, so we're going to stay, we'll make it G major this time. So on the A string, we're going to play A, B, C, and D with your open D string. So the double stop will be on the higher side and then just G. Hopefully that was clear. So changing to major, starting whole notes, 2 strings. A, then just G. B. So we're going to do threes, twos, ones, and eighth notes again. So 2 strings on the top. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. Good deal. Stop and breathe. Extra time to think. Are we having fun? I'm having fun. Alrighty. So we're going to do some triple stop things, and we're going to do I forgot. No, we won't do that yet. We'll do just 3. So it'll be G and D, and then D and A. But on the A string, have your first finger down so it's a B. So we're going to be playing a G major chord. And we're going to start with a whole note with 2 beats on the bottom 2 and 2 beats on the top 2. And so this is all about developing some control. So you're always playing 2 strings. It'll be G and D string together and D and A string together. And right now we're doing 2 beats of each. And we're just putting a B on the A string so it sounds nicer. I guess you could pick a different note. You could do a D. And still in whole notes. So half of your whole note is going to be on the bottom 2, and half of your whole note is going to be on the top 2. Ready, and now just pause here, set your bow up so we can practice it on an up bow as well. I forgot to say that. All right, here we go on an up bow, bottom 2 strings. 2, 3, 4. Pause and think about it. We're going to start on a down bow and down bow. Pause and think. Here comes up bow. Pause and think. Down bow. Pause and think. Up bow. Good. So this time we're going to change the ratio. That's the word I'm looking for. So we'll do 1 beat on the bottom 2 strings and 3 beats on the top 2 strings. The notes are still staying the same. We're still doing a full note version of note in each direction. With the pause to think. Ready, and thinking. Still thinking. down bow. Thinking. Good. So this time we're going to do an eighth note worth on the bottom pair and everything else on the top. So lots of control. 2, 3, and 4, and. Thinking. 2, 3, and 4, and. 3 and 4, and. 3 and 4, and. 3 and 4, and. 3 and 4, and. Good. Relax everything for a moment. So we're going to do a 4-string chord. I'd like to do C major. So for cellos, it's going to be C, G, E, C. Open, open, 1, 2. For violins, go ahead and do G. I can spit this out. G, E, C. So open G, 1 on D, low 2 on A, and you can use open E at the top. And so we'll all sound kosher together. We will start with whole notes on our 4-note chord, and I'd like 2 beats on each pair of strings. So violins, you're playing G and E and C and E. Open G, 1 on the D string, E, C on the A string, open E. Cellos, you're playing, or violas, I guess, all the invisible violas who are working very hard with us this morning. You're playing open C, open G, 1 on the D string, that E, and then C on the A string. All right. I can't wait! Woohoo! All right, 3, 4. 3, 4. Take it on an up bow. Thinking, go. 2, 3, 4. That way you get to practice both. You'll need them both in your lifetime. And 2, 3, 4. Take it on an up bow. 3, and. Give the violins a chance. Here we go. And. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 on an up bow. And. Alright, so we're pretending that we've worked that with 2 of each like we did before, and 1 and 3, and the 8th note. But since we're at the wire, we're going to put those 2 things together. We're going to do a G major on an up bow, and then a C major on a down bow. So we're going to do 2 chords. And we're going to aim for beat 4 and beat 1. So get your up bow ready. 1, 2, 3. And we can get ready again. 1, 2, 3. 2. Thinking about it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. All right. So violins, you probably would enjoy that one also as open D, open A, F sharp to G major. That you're going to see that in a lot of different violin concertos. So those two combinations keep coming back no matter what you want. So this lesson has been brought to you by the bow and the little friend. Everybody have a really, really happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, we'll be back to our normally scheduled things.
Thank you, Miriam.
You're welcome.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you.
I'm wearing a Snoopy shirt, which is as close as I can get to Thanksgiving because of Charlie Brown, right?
That's right. So you're going to serve popcorn?
Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Right, everything.
Mm-hmm. Have to go get my popcorn. Bye.